everybody. Good evening and welcome. How cool is this? It's after following those guys, it's kind of hard to, it's kind of showing the old adage of it doesn't look like we saved the best for last, but man, I think that some of what those guys said about me might be true. I'm not sure, but what a joy to be here. First thing I want to do, I guess, is to congratulate all my fellow inductees into the Freedman HOF Fame, and for me it's one of the greatest honors I've ever had, and that's kind of because when I got here in 1970, I was an angry young man. I had a low self-esteem. I still, how did I say, I'm still trying to develop my interpersonal skills. And we're out there on that football field every day from 3 in the afternoon to 5 in the evening. That was my nirvana. It was the only time in my life I ever felt calm and at peace. Oh man, and it was the only thing I knew how to do, and I think I did it pretty well because over the years I've had so many kind words of thanks and appreciation from all those players, and for that I'm eternally grateful. And so how do I say thank you? Well, it starts with Dr. Forsch and David Shepard for making this happen for me, and thank David for all those kind words. I got that picture, he sent me that. It's just a fabulous deal. And for you that don't know David Shepard, he's a very intelligent man, but he can deliver a very poignant sense of humor at times. This can be demonstrated. Back in December, he calls me and he says, hey, Coach, let's get together for breakfast. And I said, okay. He says, well, look, I'm going to be over by Crespi next Wednesday. Why don't we meet at Uncle Bernie's, right? Uncle Bernie's. So I get there, and we're there for a couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, in walks Dr. Forsch, and David, with the surprised look on his face, looks up and he says, Ken, what are you doing here? And Ken says, well, I just work across the street. I come here often for some coffee and breakfast. I should have known something was up at that time. But, so I go, well, shoot, why don't you join us? So he pulls up a chair, and for the next half hour or so, the three of us were telling lies about our football exploits. They had to be lies because we all three played center, there's not much glamour, glory in playing center. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, David says, hey, Ken, you know who's not in the Hall of Fame and should be? And he says, Johnny Obringer. And I perk up and I go, what? Johnny O is not in the Hall of Fame? Well, I said, you guys got to make that happen, and they concur. And then, with big smiles on their face, they turn to me and they say, and you know who else isn't in the Hall of Fame and should be? Oh man, I still remember this time. My heart just went up in my throat, and I'm still trying to get my head around this because it's such a big honor for me. I want to thank both of you guys for that. That's fabulous. And then Marvin Weed, man, what can I say? I had the pleasure of introducing David into the Hall of Fame also, and then a few years later, or before, I had the pleasure of introducing Marvin into the Hall of Fame, and it's already been said, but whenever I think of Marvin Weed, I just have to take a moment and get a deep breath and say, Marvin Weed, the greatest Iron Man in the history of Crespi football. He's the only guy that started, played both ways for 3 years on the varsity, and as it's been told, he never came out of the game. Now, don't believe that story he said, but the reason that Marvin Weed never came out of the game is that I never thought about taking him out. So anyway, what a guy, man.
Water.
And so this feeling is reciprocal. I feel everything that you said, and both of these guys, I think that somewhere in what they said, there might be a little bit of truth somewhere, but I want to tell you, Marv, that those 3 years for me was every bit as wonderful. What a privilege and joy it was working with you, and thanks again, man, and I love you, man. It's just so great. And finally, I guess my greatest heartfelt thanks would go to Coach Steve Butler, who is no longer with us, but Steve and I, we played together at UCLA, and when he got the head coaching job here, I was the first guy he called to bring on board, and the rest, as I say, is history. And so I'll wrap it up with this. Here's my favorite Crespi story. We're on the bus, we're going to play our first game with Butler as the head coach, and I think we're playing St. Bernard's or somebody over there in Westchester. And we're on the 405 South, and we get up to Mulholland, and all of a sudden, coming out of the back of the bus, I hear the players going, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, fruit of thy womb, Jesus. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're doing. It sounds to me like they're saying the same thing over and over again. So, and that's Butler. Hey, Steve, what are they doing? And he's not, they're just praying. They're saying the rosary. So I throw my hands up in there. Well, so wait, let me get this straight. We're a Catholic school. We're praying. How can we lose? And Mother says, he says, he didn't have any time to formulate this thought. I don't know. He just says, no, you don't get it, man. He says, we're a Catholic school. We're praying. They're a Catholic school. They're praying. We still have to play the game. And, I've noticed throughout the years, it's already been said, man, that that's what the Crespi man does in the game of life, man. And, they play the game with honor, integrity, and character. And I'm very proud to be a part of the Crespi community. So thank you all again, and go Celts.